Okay, welcome back to a new video, guys. So clearly the favorites in the West, at least, are the Lakers if healthy and everything goes right. They're LeBron, AD, and Russ. If they're 80% playing the way they should be, they're going to make it to the finals. But I do think we're sleeping on one team in particular a little bit too much, and that's the Golden State Warriors for me. First, you have Steph Curry. Steph Curry still is a top 5 player in the league right now. Still a top 2 point guard of all time, the greatest shooter to ever touch a basketball, a supernova of just instant offense, and the way he changes the defenses when he steps on the floor is just automatically crazy. Another reason I think people should stop sleeping on the Warriors is their main core is coming back. Draymond, Clay, Steph Curry, and Steve Kerr, they're not new to this rodeo like other experiments and big threes around the league, like the Brooklyn Nets or the Lakers, or even just a regular team adding new pieces like the Bulls. In that case, they have played together. They know each other's strengths and weaknesses. They know the schemes and how to run them, and where they like to catch the ball and how they like to defend certain situations. They're used to one another. They have continuity playing with one another, and that's really going to help them in the long run, especially in deep playoff runs or close games. They're going to know what to do. They're not going to have to figure it out on the fly. But one of the main pieces in that continuity is Klay Thompson, and how he comes back from these injuries is going to be a big determination of where the Warriors fall, how high they are, seeding into the playoffs, and if they really have a chance to knock off the Lakers and make it to the finals themselves. Klay came off 2 serious injuries, but I do believe that at least on the offensive side of the ball, he's going to come back to great shape. This man, again, is probably another top 5 shooter of all time, on the same team as the best shooter of all time. You're going to get open shots. You're going to get looks. Draymond's going to put you in the right positions to win. Steve Kerr is going to scheme you open shots to where you're going to get your rhythm back. Klay Thompson, don't even worry about that. Defensively, on that side of the ball, that's where I think he's going to take a little dive at least. He's not going to be able to be athletic both sides of the ball, move off balls, set screens, and run back on the other side and guard the best player. So I do think he's still going to be a good defender, but I don't think he's going to be that lockdown defender on the best player that night in and night out that we've seen from Klay Thompson, the Warriors asking to be, which I think is fair, which is why I think it's good they have players like Otto Porter Jr. and Andrew Wiggins to maybe help some of the responsibility on either side of the ball so he can give you spurts on the defensive end. Speaking of Andrew Wiggins, with this acquisition now that he's back, he's going to be playing with them unless he gets traded. He's okay, but he's not great. But especially for what they paid him, I wish he was more, but we've been saying that his entire career. The talent for Andrew Wiggins has never been the question. It's always been the heart and the determination and the passion for playing basketball. He's never had that, but he fits that athletic and scoring wing very, very well. He's kind of like a younger Andre Iguodala in that role for the Warriors offense and defense, but I think it's good with Klay Thompson coming back and Jordan Poole stepping up and James Wiseman coming back, where he doesn't have to be that top 2 option. He's going to be way more comfortable in that offense. He's not going to. Andrew Wiggins is just going to be Andrew Wiggins. If you expect more, you're going to be disappointed, and if you expect less, you're going to be surprised. Andrew Wiggins is a good basketball player. I wish he was more, but maybe having Andre Iguodala back could mentor him into that Iggy role and the way that Iggy fits that his play style, but with a little bit. Andrew Wiggins has more talent than Iggy, so maybe he could excel on that. I don't know. But the main question mark around the Warriors for me is their bench and their young players. They do have some young stars in the making, I believe, with James Wiseman and Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole has been balling out. If he could keep that consistency and do that in the regular season and in big-time moments, that's going to be a huge piece for the Warriors. I like the addition and the subtraction of Kelly Oubre, but inserting Otto Porter Jr. Otto Porter Jr. has been around the league a little bit. He's been in different situations like Washington, I believe Chicago, maybe. Again, that's another player that has talent. The talent was always there, but the fit and the drive was not always there. But he's looking good in this Warriors uniform, the way he's playing and fitting the scheme in the offense already. And Kelly Oubre as well, like a decent player, but he did not fit the Warriors at all. It was clear to see. Wasn't a great shooter. Didn't fit that offense well, and I'm happy he's in a new situation. But I think like when it gets to those deep playoff runs and those intense games, back and forth games where you need to stop or you need a bucket and you can't always rely on your main stars and your role players have to step up, this is where we're going to see what the Warriors team is made of and what these young players are made of. Can they handle, coming in at certain times and being adjusted from the lineup in the minutes and coming into that big moments and the Warriors can really count on them, because the Warriors, they've always had great talent, but they've always had a fantastic bench. I don't think their bench is fantastic, but if these young players could develop on a great timeline, all of them don't have to be great at once. But if James Wiseman and Jordan Poole especially step into bigger roles this season, I think that's really, really going to help the Warriors in the long run and help them be a successful team. So just to reiterate some things, stop sleeping on the Warriors. They still have Steph Curry. Klay Thompson is going to come back healthy. And as long as they have that main core, they're always going to be in a tough out at least. They're always going to be a competitor, especially with Jamal Murray being out and Kawhi being out. The Warriors could really rise high in these rankings if they could beat teams like the Suns and the Jazz and the Lakers every once in a while, and they have the talent to do so. Let me know down below in the comments what you think and how good the Warriors will be this season. Do you expect them to be a higher seed entering the playoffs? Do they have a chance to make it to the finals? Or am I overrating them? Let me know down below in the comments. Make sure to like, make sure to comment anything you think down below, and make sure to subscribe to my channel on the road to 100 subscribers. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.